This is good? Okay. Can everybody have a seat, please? Thank you. Great to see you, Mr. Mayor. Okay. Ready to go?
All the speakers up front?
Ish.
Okay. Good. We're going to have Nancy read council members' remarks, so just bring up her.
Okay.
So, yeah. And you're
Okay.
the MC, so you're going to introduce everybody.
Okay. All right. All right, now officially, good afternoon. What an exciting day it is for Detroit and small businesses across the city. My name is Marlo Rencher, and I am president of Detroit Means Business. As president, I've witnessed firsthand how important small businesses are to our neighborhoods. Small businesses are critical pillars of Detroit's economic foundation and key drivers for uplifting neighborhoods across the city. When we support our local entrepreneurs and small business owners, we pump money back into the community, create jobs for Detroiters, and bring much-needed goods, services, and vibrancy back into our city. The innovators and risk takers who open a new storefront or launch that startup on a shoestring budget exhibit the same grit and determination that put Detroit on the map ages ago. And just like we did in our manufacturing heyday, those tenacious entrepreneurs help diversify and future-proof our local economy era after era. Simply put, our small businesses and entrepreneurs genuinely are the heart and soul of our city. That's why I'm so proud of today. Thanks to a $3.4 million Small Business Support Hubs grant from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, we are able to launch this collaborative effort to support Detroit entrepreneurs. The MEDC's critical support of the statewide initiative to foster inclusive economic growth has been essential. Without this funding, we couldn't bring these tailored business resources directly into Detroit neighborhoods. We also couldn't have achieved any of this without the incredible cohort of nonprofits and community advocates who are in this room. This is a group of Black leaders who are all born and all raised and all born and raised in the city of Detroit, and who are all Detroit Public School alums. So they really do, and we really do have a special love for this city. You will hear from them throughout the day, but I'd like to ask all of the leaders of the organizations in this initiative to stand for a moment, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Together, we are launching 25 small business support hubs to remove barriers and provide tailored assistance right in residents' neighborhoods. Having this caliber of collaboration and alignment of vision is rare. But we can drive meaningful change when organizations come together to foster inclusive growth, as you'll keep hearing throughout the day. At this time, I want to bring up our city's leading champion of small business, Mayor Mike Duggan, to share a few remarks.
Thank you, Marlo, and congratulations to DEGC and Detroit Means Business. This probably hasn't gotten the attention that it deserved, but DEGC for decades has been Detroit's economic development arm. They were key to the deal, to do the Ford coming to the train station, to Jeep building a plant on the east side, to Dan Gilbert building the high-rise on the Hudson site. But when COVID hit in March of 2020, businesses shut down. And we were in danger of having hundreds of small businesses close, and they'd be gone. And DEGC did something remarkable. They threw themselves into what they called Detroit Means Business and decided to help keep those businesses going when it looked hopeless. The federal government had a paycheck protection plan that could pay your employees during COVID, but it was a complicated thing to apply for. And our team fanned out and showed folks how to do it. When they got there, they found out there were a lot of issues that people needed help on. If they were going to reopen, they needed, remember, we used to talk about PPE. You couldn't reopen without the gloves and the masks, and there was a shortage. Literally, Detroit Means Business, we stood out on the corners and passed out boxes for cars that lined up for hours at a time to keep their businesses going. And then we started talking to the companies. The restaurants, of course, they were all going to be wiped out. They shifted to carryout because you couldn't have sit-down dining. We tore out parking meters and created drop-off zones, and across the city, people could pull up and get their carryout. Then we sped up the permitting for the outdoor seating. And when you could start to do more, Detroit was the first place where the barber shops and the restaurants whose employees wouldn't come to work without vaccines, we were the first ones to vaccinate those employees and get those businesses reopened. It was a remarkable process, and we lost very few businesses in those difficult times. But an interesting thing happened. DEGC realizes we're talking to these owners. They just didn't need help at a time of a pandemic. As I talked to one of them who said, you got all these government programs. I'm just here trying to open my clothing store every day with my 2 employees, and you need a PhD to understand all the things that were available. And so Detroit Means Business became permanent. And today, they are helping small businesses with financing programs that are available, facade improvement programs, ways that you can bid on city contracts. Anything that's out there to help your business, Detroit Means Business is doing. And if you look at the impact across the city, in neighborhood after neighborhood, you are seeing plywood come off empty storefronts and new small businesses pop up. And we wanted to create a competitive advantage that if you had your choice between starting a business in Detroit and starting a business in another community, you wanted to be in Detroit because you had this kind of support. And I realized how big this became. In December of last year, Detroit Means Business held a fair at Ford Field right before Christmas. 300 small businesses showed up because the assistance was that valuable. And from that we said, do we really need 300 people to have to show up at Ford Field at Christmas time? What if we had hubs? And those businesses were supported in their neighborhood every single day. And Governor Whitmer and the state of Michigan MEDC came through with a $3.4 million grant to open 25 hubs like right here at the Build Institute. The first one's actually going to open at the Northwest Activity Center in May. But 25 locations where if you're a small business, you don't have to read every memo on every program that's out there. You can walk in to your Detroit Means Business Hub and say, here's my business, here are my needs, here's my idea for expansion, and have that kind of help. It is going to be a great time to open a small business in Detroit and to grow your small businesses in Detroit. And I just wanted to be here to say to DEGC and Detroit Means Business, congratulations on what you've done. And we just deeply appreciate the state of Michigan and you allowing us to put this on steroids. Thank you.
We're really, really grateful to the mayor to talk a lot about a collaboration that means a whole lot to us. The Detroit Economic Growth Corporation right now houses Detroit Means Business. And we want to invite Nancy Cepeda, who's one of the district business liaisons, who really provides excellent support on a day-to-day level for small businesses in Detroit. So Nancy, if you could come up.
Thank you, Marlo. Thank you. The council member could not make it today, so I wanted to just read over a statement that she provided. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. They employ local residents and bring investment to our communities. The launch of a new collaboration initiative is exciting because it aims to meet entrepreneur and inspiring business owners where they are in their community, thereby removing barriers to access and opportunity. I am so grateful that we are having hubs like this because each district has a unique side to them, and each district has a business liaison that they can reach to that could provide them with some resources to advocate on their behalf and to navigate them through any of the city processes. So thank you all for coming. I'm so grateful that we were going to have this going out and looking forward to seeing all the hubs throughout the districts. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy, for representing not just DEGC, but also Councilmember Gabriela Santiago Romero. Next, I would love to bring up a wonderful champion, another wonderful champion for the city of Detroit and for small businesses, actually even across the region. Amy Renscher, Senior Vice President of Small Business Services for the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Come on, Amy.
Thank you, Dr. Renscher. I always enjoy saying that one. Well, good morning, everyone. It is my true honor and pleasure to be here among Mayor Duggan, the council member's office, and all of our esteemed partners here in the city. We are so proud to celebrate Detroit Means Business as one of 27 hubs across the state of Michigan, leveraging $75 million in ARPA funding across the state. I came from a celebration in Kalamazoo last week. We're going to northern Michigan in a couple weeks. We're on a tour right now across the state to celebrate these great investments. I cannot think of a better embodiment of these funds than what you're seeing on this map. We had over 80 organizations apply for over $275 million for a $75 million fund across the state, and we asked for folks to do just this. I'm telling you, I looked at this map and I was like, whew, Marla did it for me today. We asked folks to go deeper in their communities, to be more representative of the cultural and demographic groups that represent their regions and large municipalities across the state. And the DEGC and Detroit Means Business did that with this application. The strategic partners on this application, and if it's not already clear to this group, I want to also pause and recognize their strategic partners. They are also the glue and the fabric to how this works across the state. This is really a hub and spoke model, a collaboration of partners and networks across the state, as I said, to go deeper and be more representative and make sure that we get the resources to all entrepreneurs that do this good work across Michigan. And so I'm going to read them off because I don't know if anyone's done that yet. Black Leaders Detroit, Build Institute, thank you for hosting us here today. Highland Park Kitchen, Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance, Milestone Growth Capital, and of course, Prosper Us. These are folks that I have had the opportunity to work with pretty closely over the years, and I'm so glad and happy to see this alignment here locally. We're only going to do bigger and better things when we come together. This network is coming together across the state of Michigan. We have our first convening tomorrow morning, actually, in Lansing. And I'm just so looking forward to the power of having an integrative, collaborative network that will not require a PhD for entrepreneurs to navigate through. So it's really my sincere honor to be here on behalf of the state of Michigan. Governor Whitmer and our Lieutenant Governor are such strong advocates for small business and entrepreneurship. Governor Whitmer announced these hubs in August of last year. We share in her commitment and are really proud to be here today. So congratulations. The hard work comes ahead now, but I know that our esteemed group of partners here are up for the challenge, so thank you.
Thank you, Amy. And we would be remiss if we didn't have the wonderful host basically giving us all this hospitality of this wonderful space. So right now, I'd like to introduce Regina Campbell, who is the president of Build Institute.
Thank you, Dr. Marlowe. Welcome, everybody, to Build Institute. Detroit has historically been cutting edge. We're known for the auto industry, techno, and more. We're known for innovation. It's what we do. And this collaboration, this coalition with the City of Detroit, Detroit Means Business, is showing the world what we can do. People learn from us, and this is a great opportunity ahead. The $3.4 million grant from Michigan Economic Development Corporation, awarded to DEGC and other partners, will create a gateway of opportunity that will have tremendous impact on our community. The establishment of these small businesses throughout our city is another example of what we do as innovators. And this partnership will allow them to fulfill their dreams. At Build Institute, we're about inspiring entrepreneurs to fulfill their dreams and grow their businesses. For us, it's really about economic mobility. What's so obvious is we know that businesses give a return on investment specific to our economy. But what matters most to Build is that it also has a return on investment, a social return. It's helping build our communities from the inside out. Detroit, one pride. Thank you, Mayor Duggan, for being here and being a champion of small business in our city. Thank you, Dr. Marlowe and your team, for being the lead and helping us execute this amazing work as we go forward. This collaboration, people are witnessing the best there is in innovation. Thank you.
So at Detroit Means Business, we really try to center the entrepreneur. So we can't talk about this work without having somebody that's representing entrepreneurs here to speak. So in a moment, I'd like Neza Bandele to come up and speak. Just to let you know, she is the founder of Paradise Natural Foods, as well as being part of the Small Business Owner Advocate Fellow Group, ESPOA 2. So if you can come up. Thank you, Neza.
Ooh, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Great. My name is Neza Bandele, and I'm the owner of Paradise Natural Foods. We're a healthy lifestyle company. It's been serving Detroit since 2014. We provide catering and value-added products that are dedicated to healthy cuisine inspired by global flavors. Many of our ingredients are sourced right here in Detroit from local farmers. We also provide wellness education and nutrition classes to promote holistic well-being. We're on a journey to transition Paradise Natural Foods to a brick-and-mortar establishment, and we've experienced our own share of challenges and pain. As we continue to secure capital needed to make our dream a reality, we've experienced firsthand the importance of having the right support and resources. And I'm also a small business resource manager for a local nonprofit. So daily, I see the struggles of small businesses accessing assistance that they need to start or grow their business. That's why initiatives like this 25 small business support hubs across Detroit neighborhoods are so vital. Hubs provide visible and accessible avenues for entrepreneurs to tap into essential resources, from coaching to networking and networking opportunities. Paradise Natural Foods has persevered with the support of our community, and we're making strides towards our goal. I firmly believe that businesses like ours can flourish and make a positive impact in our neighborhoods. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone here who are involved in supporting Detroit entrepreneurs. And I urge us all to continue investing in the small business success in Detroit. Together, let's pave a way for a bright Detroit future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neza. I think right now we're going to take a small break while we get all the signers for the agreement together, and then we'll rejoin you for a second with brief words from each signer. So if you, I think you can maybe have something to eat or something like that for just a few minutes, and then we'll resume right here. Thank you.